But I needed the break mostly just to focus on school and just some other pleasures. So, was that a weird way to put that? I meant reading. I got back into reading is what I'm saying.
Okay.
They love it. We give the people what they want, Adam.
Okay.
And what they want is the silly Blue's Clues ripoff.
Okay.
Ain't that right, America? Listen, I'm the type of guy, I get a mystery book, I read the last page first. Like, it's just...
It's insane,
I have a problem.
You have a problem. I know, dude. We'll both be like 82 together, hopefully.
For a while.
For a while until we turn 83.
We're leaving it here?
Yeah, exactly.
What?
What was the cookie one that you made? Or I made the cookie one. You did the fruit bowl.
I did the fruit bowl. The
No,
fruit bowl
geez.
one. I stand by the fruit bowl.
It was funny because after the thing, you're like, it's like a 9.5, and then you're like, I'm lying, it's a 10. I'm lying, it's a 10. It's like you could see it seep into his brain. He was like,
Loves Avatar.
Yep.
So much. He stood up and applauded whenever the second movie was done.
yes, I remember that.
And y'all don't know this about me, but that is one of my biggest pet peeves. Who are you doing that to? The concession guy? He didn't do anything. He just took my credit card. Let me guess. Yellow hair Pikachu. Is it Naruto?
You know, if Pikachu had glasses and had a gun, then you're kind of right. It's Trigun. Fully Cooley.
Never speak again.
That's what it stands for. Fully Cooley.
No, I don't believe you.
It is.
Fully Cooley?
Yeah. See. Oh, ouch. Okay. Anyways,
We can cut that part out. Uh-oh.
what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Leaf Village Lounge. My name is Adam.
My name is not Adam.
It's Noah.
No, it's not. You can't prove that. My name's Noah.
I've seen his birth certificate.
Wait. Were you the one that broke into my house?
No.
You were the one that broke into my house. You dirty rat.
Anyways, welcome back to the Leaf Village Lounge, guys. It has been a fat minute. It's
a very fat minute.
Dude, like a month, actually over a month.
A month and a half, I think.
Since we filmed.
Because it was early February, wasn't it?
Yeah, probably around that. Because, you know, when we upload the podcasts, it's different than when we actually film the podcasts. So we last time we filmed was maybe like a week or two before we actually released it, right? So
yeah, and
it's been a while since we've actually done a podcast, but uploaded was like a month ago, is what YouTube says, right?
Yeah. Should we tell them about that podcast at all?
What podcast?
The failed one?
No, I'm talking about the one that actually released.
I know.
The podcast or episode 1.
We recorded one since then that
yes,
y'all will never see.
Yeah, you know, we have some scrap episodes. It was nothing too special. It was just like doing a tier list of all the AOT characters.
We seem to be like arguing a lot over really stupid stuff.
Yeah.
And then like his like the main camera had like both our heads cut off.
Yeah.
And his camera
it was just a very weird situation.
So we were tired and
yeah.
Anyway, so now we're back. We're better than ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. How have you been?
Dude, I've been great, man. It's life has been good. I got a new figure. There's 3 more new figures, if you can see it, from my work. So hopefully my work doesn't see this. And, it wasn't me. I didn't do it. It was given to me.
I did it. It was me. You can fire me.
But anyways, yeah. What about you, man?
But okay. Work to a degree, but school's been kicking my butt. But that's okay.
Yeah, we had spring break this last week was spring break, and now school's starting to kick in, and I'm like, back into the grind, I guess. But it's online classes. I'm not the biggest fan of that. But I'm graduating in April, so
look at him. He's going.
We're in our second half of the semester. So
I am not graduating in April.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah.
So,
I'm glad to be back.
I'm glad to be back too.
We're glad to be back, guys. Sorry for the hiatus. I know some of you have been wondering where we have been. So
yeah, I know.
Here we are.
A few of you out there have told me that you use this podcast to go to sleep to, which I think might be an insult. But I mean, I'm glad.
Does that mean we're boring to y'all? Huh?
It's rude. First of all, you know who you are. You know who I'm talking about. It's rude. But yeah. So Adam, what are we gonna be talking about today?
We are going to be talking. We have 2 we're gonna be talking about 2 specific anime. But we have our normal segments that we do on this show.
Apparently, we have a extra special segment that Adam won't tell me about.
We do, and the contents are down here. Don't take a look. If you take a look, then it won't be a surprise anymore.
I can't. I can't see. I don't bend that way, Adam.
Okay. Anyways, yeah. So, first we're gonna hop into JJK season 2 because guess what, guys? We finally watched it. And it was so good, dude.
We not only did we watch it, we binged the entire season
in one day.
It took about
10 hours.
Breaks and stuff, about 10 hours, yeah. I took a nap during one of the episodes. It was nice.
And I'll get into the story time, but it was funny. Anyways, and then I also finished Haikyuu. Much to Noah's demand, he's like, you need to watch Haikyuu. And I believe in the last podcast that y'all saw, episode 1, I had started Haikyuu. I didn't finish it. But now I have finished it. And we have the movie that's coming out, but we haven't watched that yet. We're probably going to talk about it in a future episode.
Yeah.
Whenever we go watch the movie.
Because I don't think it's released in America yet.
It's not released in America. It's probably going to come in like the next 2 months or something. Yeah. I don't know. It takes from anime movies, it takes a while for them to dub the whole movie, especially if it's like 2 hours long-ish or hour and a half. Then we're going to do a special segment. Okay. Adam's special segment apparently, and then we're gonna do our infamous we just watched a new show segment.
There's nothing infamous about it. It's just famous. Okay. Everyone loves we just watched a new show. We're gonna get the jingle to you on Spotify as soon as possible.
Yeah, people like seeing us sing a little silly song that's a rip off of Blue's Clues, and then
they do. They love it. We give the people what they want, Adam.
Okay.
And what they want is the silly Blue's Clues rip off.
Okay.
Ain't that right, America? Or wherever you're watching this from.
Anyways, but yeah, dude, I just say we get on into it.
Yeah, I do too. Ain't no time like the present.
Yes.
Except yesterday. Anyway, so JJK season 2. That was.
Was that last week? As of the day filming this, that was like last week, wasn't it?
Saturday. Yeah.
Saturday. That's right.
4 or 5 days.
Man, after leaving, or I remember whenever you left, I was just standing around. I was literally just standing around. I was like, what do I do? Like, I don't know what to do anymore. Like, it's not because and I don't know. It was just that good of a show. And especially after, and maybe it was just because we literally did it all day and my brain was just fried. But at the same time, it was just a really good anime. So I was just like, well, I guess I better sit down and write my my anime list review of it, and I sat down and did that. So yeah. But yeah, we just basically got together, watched every single episode. We watched a recap of season 1 before because
at 1.75 speed.
Yeah,
I was supposed to have watched the first season over again.
Yeah.
He wasn't even planning to, and he ended up doing it. And I was the one that was planning to, and I didn't do it. I've been kind of, and I'll talk about this more when we get to we just watched the new show. I've been kind of and I've been a little bit burned out on anime, just a tad. So I took like a month and a half break. I'm getting back into it now. But I needed the break mostly just to focus on school and just some other pleasures. So was that a weird way to put that? I meant reading. I got back into reading is what I'm saying.
Okay. I like he said, I actually ended up watching season 1 because I was like, I really can't really remember much, and I'm so glad I did, and I'm sure you're glad that we watched like a little bit of a recap because there's so much that happens in season 1 that ends up becoming a part of season 2, characters and whatnot.
Yep.
So I'm glad I did. I remember like the second half of season 1, I watched the morning of, because I told you I woke up at 8 a.m. Remember?
Yeah.
So I woke up at 8 a.m., watched all of them in I watched the rest of the episodes in 1.5 speed, or maybe it was 1.75 speed. And I was just watching them, brushing my teeth, just watching, because I wanted to get all of them done, and I wasn't going to get it done if I was just watching regular speed. But I got all the information I needed to. Yeah, and then I actually ended up rewatching JJK Zero, the movie, for the 4th time. I've watched it 4 times. So
I had rewatched that movie before we watched it. Originally, when we were first talking about doing the podcast, I thought we were going to do the JJK episode sooner.
Yep.
So I was planning on doing the JJK Zero and then lead right into JJK season 1. I got 3 episodes in, and then I realized that hey, it's going to be a while before we do JJK season 2. Let's put this aside and watch some new animes so I can have some stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
And then I just never got around to picking it back up before we started JJK season 2. But I did rewatch JJK's season 0, or the movie, basically.
Yeah.
And
Zero.
Brilliant. It really is brilliant.
I know, dude. Yuta is such a baller, main character.
Baller.
So yeah, and I guess speaking of that, let's go into what happened.
Yeah.
Well, actually, we'll go through a we're gonna go through a non-spoiler review of just kind of our thoughts on it. And then we'll go ahead and go into spoilers. And I will try my best, guys, to actually when the video is uploaded on YouTube to kind of have segments. I forgot what they're called. It's like
chapters.
Chapters, yeah, chapters in so that y'all can skip through. And if y'all haven't watched season 2, you can skip past the spoiler section, and we'll make it very well known before we say spoilers. Because it is honestly, I think JJK was so enjoyable because I hadn't gotten a lot of spoilers. I got kind of 2 spoilers, but and we'll talk about that. But I did with minimal spoilers. I was so afraid, and I think there were so many times where we had the opportunity to look at stuff from season 2, and I was like, "Don't show me Noah." Don't show me.
This is the first time I've ever gone into something mostly blind.
Yeah.
There was one, I think the major spoiler that everyone who's seen is gonna know what I'm talking about.
Uh-huh.
That happened to one of our favorite characters.
Yeah.
I found out about that spoiler from the manga before I even heard of the show. I was on Twitter, and there was an account that I'll tell the name of it whenever we get to the spoiler review.
Uh-huh.
I'll talk about it when we get to the spoiler review. But yeah, I also go into blind, and I
love going in blind to that stuff because it just makes it that more enjoyable.
It's kind of a joke between us that I do not do that.
He'll I think for Attack on Titan, you literally went to the last chapter or something and was like, let's see what happens.
So I didn't read the last chapter, but I went on the wiki, I was looking through everything, and I wanted to know what happened. Listen, I'm the type of guy, I get a mystery book, I read the last page first. It's just
insane.
I have a problem.
You have a problem.
But I did not do that for this. There was one spoiler I had, and it was because it was unavoidable.
Yeah.
So look at this. This is personal growth, Adam.
There you go. Personal growth. You're getting better with your anime watching abilities.
Also, and this was not on here, but before we get too deep into JJK season 2, happy birthday, Adam.
Oh, thank you.
We've had it. Yeah. You've turned a year older since we last had a podcast.
I know. Yeah. Well, early February or whenever it was that we filmed last episode, I'm 23 now. So
he's old as hell.
Yeah, I'm getting up there. Before I know it, I'll be 40. And
before I know it, I'm gonna be 80.
Dude, before I know it, I'll be 81 or something.
Before I know it, I'm gonna be 82, bro.
I know, dude. We'll both be 82 together, hopefully.
Dude, for a while.
For a while until we turn 83.
All right, we'll be in the retirement home together, still doing this podcast. Yeah. We probably won't remember what anime is.
We're gonna rocking chairs, oh, remember back in the day, JJK season 2.
What?
It'll be JJK season 7 or something.
That's all gonna come out. We're still waiting for the last chapters. Although apparently the manga's not gonna be going on much longer. Apparently
I think JJK is gonna sadly be one of those shows where it's not gonna last nearly as long as something maybe like AOT. So it's kind of sad.
I mean, it's still already into the 300 chapter category.
Yeah, I mean, some animes or some not animes, some manga are like that, where Dr. Stone, the next season of Dr. Stone anime is going to be the last season. So
really,
yeah, it's kind of a bummer. I did not know that until I finished Dr. Stone New World Part 2. So
that sucks, man.
I know, and it's a really good. Anyways, let's go ahead and do our non-spoiler review of JJK. First of all, how did you think of it, dude? Or what did you think?
So. I'll say 2 things. One, it was amazing.
I loved it, dude.
That ending though. I will say that
we didn't. Sorry to interrupt you, but we didn't even know. We were one more episode because we tried to click next, and we were all right, next episode, and then we were literally on the edge of our seats, and we were wait a second, and I was I went back, and it's episode 11, right? It made it to episode 11 and stopped.
No, episode 47.
Well, in season 2 has 11 episodes.
Season 2 has 20-something episodes.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it was 23. That's right. So we got to episode 23, and we were wait, it's crap, it only has 23 episodes.
Yeah, we thought it had 24. We knew it had 23, but on Crunchyroll, so it has 24 episodes for season 1. Then it shows episode 0 as one episode instead of counting it as one movie. And then it has 23 episodes for season 3. But season 2, but it shows us season 3, right? So added together, I'm okay, so there's 48 episodes in total. So I was watching the episode count because it says season 2 episode 40 something, right? Because it's just the total amount of episodes.
Yeah.
it doesn't count that movie towards an episode.
Yeah.
But I thought it was. So I thought, okay, when it gets to episode 48, we'll be done. So we finish episode 47. I'm like, okay, we got one more. And it's just like done. And I'm just like, we're leaving it here?
Yeah, exactly.
Oi! Talk about a cliffhanger.
Dude, it was.
And then overall, quality-wise, I will say that, like, it's one of those things where it started like this, and it kept going. It kind of went down a bit, and it spiked up, went down a bit, and then it got kind of like to the point where I thought it wasn't like bad, it wasn't like boring. It was just like kind of I don't like the word mid, but it's just kind of like an average thing, and then it just kept getting better, and just kept going until it turned into like one of the greatest anime I've ever seen.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Well. I just think for me, it was just the high stakes of the entire season. It felt like every single episode got better and better and better and better. Also, whenever we were watching, there was episode 16. And remember I talking about it, and I was like, oh, the animation's weird? Yeah. Apparently that was a stylistic thing. Yeah. That was actually a change in art style or a change in animation style, which I did not know because I was... unknowingly kind of critiquing that, and I was like, man, the animation's weird on that one. But apparently that was actually a stylistic change, and now that I've kind of looked back at it through that lens of kind of just a new animation kind of style, I actually really do enjoy that. I think episodes 16 and 17 were probably the best in terms of anime fights, not just JJK fights. I'm talking anime fights in general. Probably two of the best fights in all of anime. It's insane. Like I think JJK, and we were actually talking about this, how we could make a literal tier list, and we probably do plan on doing a tier list of all the fights in season 2, and we'll do like a tier list because there were every single episode there was like 1 or 2 fights like per episode, or maybe it was just like one fight, and it's like every episode had a new fight, and it was so many, and all of them were top tier. They were not just like little tussle. No, they were like I was supposed to say balls to the wall. But it was like full, like, boom, 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 like every single fight. High stakes fight every single time. The whole season was just high stakes.
Yeah, like it never let up.
Yeah,
like, that's the crazy part. It was just go.
And as soon as something kind of ended, and we were like a little hopeful, like, oh, it's over. Then something drastic just happens, or a character just pops up and just goes poof, and just it's like. Okay, I guess we're not done yet. I guess we don't get a break.
It does not give you any time to breathe. Yeah. And it's just like, oh, okay. I genuinely think that this is okay. This is a Windows security thing just popped up. This is a show that like deserves to be binged. Like yes. I think there's some shows, both like anime and regular wise, that like may either work better or the same if you don't binge it. Mm-hmm. But this is just one of those shows where it's like I think sitting down, if you can have the time, sitting down and just watching it all in one sitting, it's just like that's a 5-course meal right there.
Yeah, dude.
That you're just getting new thing after new thing, and all of it's just like, this is so amazing.
Yeah, dude.
And like you have little like palate cleansers that may not be as amazing as everything else. They set up the next thing. Yeah. So it's like in it of itself, it is a good thing because of what it sets up.
Exactly, dude. Big brain. That's actually really good analogy user.
I'm full of them. I'm a college student.
What was the cookie one that you made? Or I made the cookie one. You did the fruit bowl.
I did the fruit bowl. The fruit bowl one. I stand by the fruit bowl. I stand by the fruit bowl analogy. They don't know what we're talking about because we didn't release it.
Oh, it's a Naruto analogy.
We'll get into it during We Just Watched a New Show. It's a beautiful analogy.
Okay. Anyways, I think that's honestly it for no spoiler review, unless there's anything else we can say.
So if you continue past this point and you haven't seen the show, that's your own fault. You should feel stupid.
Spoilers are coming in 3. Spoilers in 3, 2, 1. All right.
Man, Gojo got sealed. Which sucks.
Hey, okay. Let's not start off with the
No. I'm starting off with because that one thing that I told you that got spoiled to me before I even watched the show was because it was it's Twitter account, right? Yeah. That says it's been blank many days since Gojo has been sealed, and it said like 200 and something days. I'm like, I don't know who Gojo is, but that's cool. And then I start watching JJK because like my introduction to JJK was going to see it with you and Chad in theaters. right?
No, it was actually me and kind of a mutual friend, Logan.
That's right, Logan. Sorry, Logan, if you see this.
Yeah, he's another anime fan that unfortunately moved away. He was a church friend, and then he moved away. But anyways,
that's right.
R.I.P.
So then I'm sitting there, I'm like, that's who Gojo is. Gojo gets sealed? What does that mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And now I know. So
yeah. Anyways, so I'm gonna start it a little bit back. So season 2 starts off with actually kind of a flashback, I would say, of Gojo, Gato, and basically they went with this girl that was gonna be Tengen's, and Tengen is like, what would you say Tengen is? Tengen's one of like the big sorcerers, right?
Yeah, and he's necessary to like maintain the balance of the world.
Yeah,
I believe his like
he's very old.
It's like immortality or whatever.
Yeah. So like this girl is going to be the new vessel for Tengen, and so they're taking
the star plasma vessels.
Exactly. Yeah. So they're taking her to be, the new vessel for Tengen, whatever, and they kind of grow attached to her. Who else was with them? It was her maid lady, right?
Yeah. Her name is Misato Kuro.
Yeah. Kuro. I can't remember. I don't have the list of characters, but anyways, then we meet this guy named Toji. Toji is a sorcerer killer, and that is not to be understated, dude. Like, Toji, one of my favorite characters in all of season 2. Like, definitely top, like, 2 or 3, I would say. Or actually, honestly, probably top 1 or 2. Like, he's very...
Generally, he's, like, behind, like, Gojo, I think he might be my favorite character in the anime so far.
He's just OP. He's OP as crap. He shows up, literally jumps Gato, Gojo. I'm not sure what happens, like why Gato kind of runs away with the girl and the maid. But basically Gojo kind of 1v1s Toji, gets annihilated. I was not expecting him to lose that hard, but Toji just like stab, and all of a sudden Gojo's like, presumed to be dead on the floor.
Yeah, we're like, oh, wait, hold on, you're killing him. But Gojo's not dead.
Yeah, Gojo's not dead, so how...
It's important to note that he's been using his 2 techniques, like, non-stop just to protect Toji, which is also a big brain played by him, because he put out a bounty, and Gojo knew that as long as the bounty was out, that he was going to have to stay on guard to make sure no one comes and kills the girl. The moment the bounty's over, he feels comfortable turning off his things, and, like, the exhaustion hits him, and that's when Toji shows up. That's big brain energy, right?
I know, and Toji even revealed that to them. He was like, "I'm the one who set up the bounty."
Yeah,
and he completely like jumps. He jumps the gang, kills Gojo. I mean, Gojo's like incapacitated. Like he's like he's. I mean,
like he takes his knife, cuts it here, and just like goes all the way down, or like,
and then just continues stabbing.
Yeah,
like it was insane. And then, but meanwhile, Gato runs off with the girl. Is going to take her to Tengen. And then he's like, "You don't have to do this if you don't want to."
Yeah. And
then she's like, "Okay, maybe I don't." And then all of a sudden, bang! Shot to the head by Toji, and then Geto's like, and he goes in like this like anger mode, and he's like, "Die!" Look, I remember when he said that, dude. He said he was just like,
"Oh yeah,
you're gonna die."
He's like, "How did you get here?" He's like, "Oh yeah, that Gojo guy. I had to kill him." And he's like, "Oh, okay, die."
Yeah, and it was so, dude, chills. Yeah, so he does that. And then we see I don't know if there's much of a fight. Oh, actually Gato's fight. Gato, I would actually say Gato held up a bit better than Gojo. But that's just because how drained Gojo was, right? Gojo was just absolutely drained.
Because of his kind of style of fighting with like just sending the monsters out.
Exactly.
He's able to keep a distance, and Toji is a close combat fighter.
Yeah. So they kind of play this. They kind of like dance around these like different buildings and whatever, and they kind of do a little bit of talking, a little bit of dialogue, and then like Toji just comes out, does like a big slice across his chest, and then goes on his merry way. I don't even know where he went from there. He kind of just did what he needed to do. Oh, we also killed off the maid lady, but like that was a given. Like she was not gonna last. Like
and he's like so nonchalant. Was like, I think she's dead. I don't know. She's probably dead.
Yeah, and then that's
like, okay, it's fine.
Exactly. And then continuing the end of the flashback, Toji goes back to wherever he's from, and he says, "I killed them." Whatever. He goes back out to the courtyard, and Gojo's just standing there.
all healed up. He's used the reverse curse technique.
Yeah.
He goes delirious because of how much he's been using his abilities.
Starts laughing maniacally, dude. He's like,
and then he develops his purple technique basically on the fly.
Yeah.
And he just takes out half of his torso.
Yeah.
And there's like a
Toji's
scene,
just like missing
like just from here on. There's a scene where he just like puts his hand in the middle, just sees the blood. He's like, oh, that's not good.
Yeah, and then like Gojo says, any last words, and then Toji says, my son, who we end up finding out, Toji is Megumi's father, Toji Fushiguro, previously Toji Zenin, previously known, so he was Zenin, then he took on Fushiguro's last name, and then but he's like, my son's gonna get transferred or get adopted or something, and it's like, do with that information as what you will or whatever. And then goes to the current day.
No. There's still one more episode after that where it kind of shows Gato's kind of turn to the dark side.
Oh yeah, he starts doing like kind of a Anakin Skywalker. Darth Vader
because of the death of Yu Haibara, which was one of Nanami's. He was in the same grade as Nanami was. He dies. I think that was just kind of like Gato's last straw. Because in the earlier flashbacks, we've seen a discussion between Gojo and Gato about how they should be using their powers. And it was actually kind of funny. Gato was very much like, we need to be protecting those who are weaker than us. Like, that's our responsibility. And Gojo's like, that just sounds like a drag. Very not Shinsuke. That's a wrestler. Shikamaru of him.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to do that. I'm powerful. I should be able to do what I want. And then Gato's like, no, we need to protect the innocent and all that. And then we just kind of see this change after everything that went down in the last few episodes.
Yeah.
And then Yu Haibara dies. And that's just kind of the last straw.
Yeah.
And so he goes on a rampage, kills a whole bunch of people.
In a whole village.
Straight Anakin Attack of the Clones.
And like Itachi.
Like, including his father and mother. Like, they're like, well, they weren't curse users, so they're kind of a, waste of space. So,
it's kind of funny. I think I actually mentioned to you, it's very like Itachi kind of. Yeah, was it his village? Was it his village that he attacked?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, literally just goes and kills a whole village.
And so he's a death warrant is put out for him. Gojo goes and confronts him and just can't really bring himself to kill him. And so Gato gets away.
And it's actually a scene straight from season 1 because in season 1 they kind of had like a flashback where they're kind of in the crowd and there's people moving around. And he's like, I forgot exactly what he says, but he's like, our paths are changed, or we go our different paths or our different ways and whatever. And then, of course, in the Jujutsu Kaisen movie, we see Gojo, from what we can tell, Gojo kills Gato, like slices his head.
But obviously he's in season 1 and 2, so how can he still be alive?
And then we find out.
We'll find out.
Yeah, so anyways, we'll kind of blitz through because otherwise we'll be here all day talking about every single fight. But it goes to current day, and basically they are Gato and his crew have made out this big brain play on how to seal Gojo, and it's going to take everything they got to seal Gojo. And they have a few new crew members. They have the crab guy. What's his name? I can't. The crab guy has been there, but we haven't seen much of him until season 2, and we see him. But they have the guy that has the thing across his face, and he's the guy that had the two brothers that Nobara and Itadori killed in the last episode of season 1. So they have some new crew members, and so they're like, okay, we can do this. And then they have what's the patch face guy? Masahito, right? Masahito or Mahito?
Mahito, yeah.
Mahito. Oh, dude, that guy got under my skin. It got under both of our skins. It was like, this guy will not die.
He keeps like getting his butt beat, and then just like, I'm back. Brittany, no, that's the right quote, but no. Yeah, and just keeps popping back up. Very much gave me like Orochimaru vibes, which is not a bad vibe to get from a villain.
Yeah.
He was, I think, the best villain in season 2, personally.
Yeah.
And then so.
Well, I was gonna say it opens up kind of with Mekamaru, right? So we kind of find out more about Mekamaru. He gets healed by Mahito.
Yeah, he kind of turned traitor.
For a second.
Yeah, and then
he's like, okay, no, I'm gonna kill y'all because this is for the greater good.
Yeah.
So I think he kind of used Mahito
a bit, yeah, and because he was trying to get a message out to Gojo to let them know that they were trying to seal him.
Yep.
But he wasn't able to in time. So.
Yeah. He does this giant mech, kind of like an Ava, like Evangelion kind of mech thing.
It looked really cool.
He doesn't die. He eventually dies, but Mechamaru does. But he kind of is able to do like telephone, the walkie-talkie stuff before he dies.
Yeah,
because he has a bunch of cameras everywhere. And then it goes to the Shibuya arc, pretty much, and or the Shibuya incident. That's what it's called. And they basically go to Shibuya, and it's chaos, dude. There's thousands of people there for a party. And the Gato and his crew take advantage of all that and start murdering and getting all the sorcerers out there. And there's a bunch of, like I said, we'd be here all day if we talk about every single fight. But lots of fights take place. I'm trying to remember the order of what fights because so many people get involved, and it's like, everybody's trying to fight. The witch girl, what's her name? The girl with the little brother.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that was weird. I don't approve of that. Anyways, we won't talk about that. But yeah, everybody. I'll just say this: everybody gets their time to shine. People die. Unfortunately, Nanami, such a sad death, dude. Nanami.
So I will say we don't know for like. Sure. Wait, Nanami. Yeah, we know.
Nanami
for sure.
is
we know for sure. He said, "I got people confused." But yeah, he is dead.
But
we miss him.
Kugisaki, Nobara.
Yeah, Nobara. She's presumed dead.
Yeah.
The guy at the very end, whenever he showed up with Toda, Itadori's brother. I forget his name. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Wait, what do you mean that showed up with Toda?
So there was like a healer guy that showed up with Toda.
Yeah.
He said that like I did what I could for her.
Oh.
There's like a small chance she'll make it, but she wasn't breathing and her pulse. She didn't have a pulse, so like don't have like high hopes, but there is like a small hope.
It basically just kind of telling Itadori that it's not a 0% chance. There's maybe a 1% chance that she's still alive.
Yeah.
So, but that would be epic if she got brought back. That would be awesome because I really liked Nobara, to be honest. She was really
cool. She'd grown on me. I think she's definitely. I like. There's a lot of anime that like have like the big three trio, and like one of them's a girl, and the girl usually tends to like get kind of thrown in the bus a little bit. Not thrown in the bus. That's not the right word, but kind of like left behind power wise, and like just in terms of character development. And they just hadn't really done that with JJK. Like she was just as important. She had high potential, all this good stuff. Was she a little bit behind the other two, just in terms of raw power? Maybe, but like even in season 2, we see that like she can take on, a 30% Mojito, and she does fairly decently.
Yeah.
Until the very very end, where he just
lays a hand on her face,
and then it goes to a flashback of her past,
and that's when we know it was over.
Yeah, it's like okay, where you're giving me this flashback. She's dead, isn't she?
Yeah, dude.
That sucks.
Anyways, I just want to name off some of the best fights. Just some of the fights that stuck out to me. So there was Toji versus Megumi, which was really cool. There was, but we all know like Toji was like, I guess he's my son, and then he just kind of like stuck it through his head, and I was like, dude, that's so sad.
He's like, tell me, what's your last name?
Yeah, Toji didn't even like get to acknowledge his son or say any like fond feelings towards him or anything. Like, I'm proud of you, or I'm sorry this happened. He literally just like, oh, your last name's Fushiguro.
No, he's like, last name's Fushiguro. That makes me happy, or that pleases me.
Yeah. There was I think his name is Godon. Godon. The crab guy.
Oh, Dagon.
Dagon, that's right. Dagon. I think it was Dagon.
Dagon. D-A-G-O.
It's like, dude, he's daggone cool, dude.
I would say that was one of my, like, until Toji showed up, that was kind of like one of my least favorite fights. I wasn't messing with it that much.
I don't know. It because it looked like so bad they were in his domain expansion, and there was no way that they were able to do anything. I just
didn't like him as a character.
But Toji showed up. We thought it was Yuta at first.
Yeah, like, I thought it was. I don't think he actually thought it was Yuta, but I just, because the episode ends with, like, a guy jumping out, and he's, like, wearing a white shirt. I'm like, Yuta! He showed up! Yeah. He's gonna save the day! And it's just Toji. I'm like, That's still pretty cool. Let's go.
No, told you, and then it was the neon light fight with Itadori and what's his name, the guy with the blood arts or whatever it's called.
I forget his name, but I know you're talking about.
Yeah, they had a really cool fight in like this neon light area, kind of cyberpunky.
Was my favorite fight.
Yeah,
because there was so much strategy to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like with like just how the blood guys work. Like it's fast at first, but it doesn't stay fast the entire time. And he had the little guy in his ear helping him out. It was very good. And then when he's about to, Itadori's beat, and the guy's about to kill him, and he gets the flashback of him at like dinner with him and his two brothers, and he's so confused he just leaves.
Yeah. He just leaves because he's like Itadori. Like these are memories that are not real, but they feel real, and so he kind of just leaves. But so, we end up finding out that he's Itadori's. He's related to Itadori.
Yeah. And then, but him being so beat allows for Sukuna to take control of Itadori's body. Yes. Which, oh boy.
Dude, okay, so literally Sukuna was like, okay, we know Sukuna's like crazy. He's really powerful. Sukuna gets 15 fingers, and he is a whole different animal, dude. He's levels above, dude. And my favorite fight out of the entire season was what is the thing from JJ?
Jogo?
No, White Monster, JJK.
Hanuma?
Mohoraga. It's called the Mohoraga. Yeah, it's called the Mahoraga. That's the thing that Megumi spawned, right? And then it fought Sukuna.
Oh, yes.
That was the best fight because they literally destroyed like the entire city. It was flattened. And that fight was insane because that was literally Megumi. And Megumi said like, I'm going to die first, but you're next or something. It's like, and then he got smacked against the wall. That was, I think Megumi said like that was the art. And it was funny because like after I had watched season 1, I recognized his hand style and it was like this. And he almost pulled it out twice in season 1. So the fact that Megumi had that level of power in season 1 that he could have pulled, but he pulled it out in season 2, and it was just like put on your gloves, Sukuna versus Mahoraga, and that was insane, dude. Like he actually, and Sukuna was loving it. And there's this one part, and I won't go into too much detail because we're a little bit short on time, but like they're literally slicing up buildings, they're throwing buildings. And there's like this there's just like all this debris that's falling down, and I just see Sukuna, and I was just like, and Noah can attest if that's the right word, that I was just like saying, ooh, and I was like, oh, that's crazy, like the entire fight.
Yes, he was.
Because like at one point Sukuna just starts bowing, like it's like this some sort of symphony for him, and I was like, Sukuna's such a good villain, dude. He's crazy. And that was 15 fingers. He's 5 fingers off. And if he's that powerful with 15, like, dude, what is 5 more fingers gonna do?
He's gonna be crazy.
And
I thought it was funny because it shows a scene where Jogo is asking like how many fingers, like power wise, he compares to Sukuna, and Geto says
8,
like 8, and then when Jogo is he's fighting Sukuna, but I mean he's mostly just like kind of running and trying to like barter his way like to living, and Sukuna's just like, you annoy me, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah,
and he's like, Geto lied to me.
Yeah, exactly. But I was surprised by Jogo. Jogo killed. He burnt. We don't even know what's up with Maki.
Remind me who Maki is. Oh, is he the yelling guy?
No, green hair guy. Or sorry, green hair girl with glasses.
Yeah.
Because remember, Jogo showed up, and saw the crab guy's hand, and he was like, boom, he blitzed Nanami, lit him on fire, went to the old guy, lit him on fire, then went to Maki, lit her on fire, and like lit them all on fire. And it's like dude just didn't hold back. So Jogo actually surprised me in terms of how powerful he was. I don't know. It looked like he got more powerful than he did with his fight with Gojo.
Yes. Maybe. Also, Gojo may have just been that much better than him.
Yeah. Who knows? But I guess maybe Jogo just got the shine because he had the whole city and he was able to just like let his legs run free. Like he actually got room to run for that. But yeah, and then I think those were just the highlight fights. I just Jogo.
Yuji and Itadori and Toda versus
Mahito
was amazing.
That was a great
especially
fight.
like when Itadori, when he's just witnessed Nobara Nobara.
Yeah, Nobara dying.
Yeah, Nobara dying, and he's like, just too many people have died, because he's already seen Nanami die at this point. But too many people have died. I can't take it anymore. I mean, I'm just basically killing. Because he's feeling responsible, and you just like, you are my brother, but you can't keep moping. Like, you have to fight for those you've lost, and that kind of gets Itadori going. And then he and Mahito just kind of. He and Itadori just kind of kick Mahito's butt.
Yeah, and and at one point it says all three of these people are fighting at 120%.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like Mahito, and it was funny because as soon as Itadori got Mahito on his knees and like he's crawling away, he's like in fear of Itadori. Itadori's like, "You're gonna die." Geto just shows up and he's like, "Oh, you want me to help you, Mahito?" And he's like. And then he just gets sucked up, gets turned into a ball. Geto eats him, and then Geto releases all of his curses, and it's apparently like now it's like apparently a new era of curses or something.
Yeah, and
then
age of curses.
Yeah, and then at the end, also Todo, the girl that was Todo's mentor, the blonde girl.
She shows up.
She's one of the other special grade sorcerers.
So the 4 special grades that we've seen are Gojo, Geto, Yuta, and her.
Yep.
These 2 are gone. Well, Gato's technically not gone. He's kind of gone. We also need to talk about that.
We haven't talked about that.
So now he's like, his body is basically being used by some ancient deity that...
well, not deity, just this ancient guy.
Yeah, I guess.
But he transfers his brain into it's a guy from the same era that Sukuna is from, because there's this girl with white hair that shows up. Sukuna knows her and Geto knows her, so basically this guy put his brain inside of Geto's body, so it's not really even Geto anymore, it's just Geto's shell. So that's kind of a bummer, that we figured that out,
and we find out that he is Itadori's father.
Yep.
Which I didn't think about.
Wait, who is?
The ancient deity is Itadori's father, because he's also the father of the guy that the blood guy.
Really, I didn't know that. Okay,
yeah,
interesting. I didn't catch that. Maybe I don't know. When
the blood guy is fighting,
but he's like 100+ years old. How is he Itadori's father?
He just is.
Okay, well that's awesome. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. I don't know. I don't know if I caught that or not. But yeah. And then it kind of ends, and we see a bunch of curses just attacking attacking citizens and people and whatnot. And then our boy Yuta finally shows up, stabs a
huge
curse.
Monster. And I love that scene that he showed up in, because I mean, just in general, while JJK is in no way like lighthearted. I mean, it's lighthearted at times. I mean, it still has a dark tone to it.
Mm-hmm.
And it does not compare to the dark tone that season 0 had,
mm-hmm.
right? And that part of the show right there just felt so dark and so JJK season 0.
Mm-hmm.
And then he shows up, saves a girl, and then we see him.
He goes to the council, like the old council, and he's like, I don't care that he was Gojo's favorite student. No, you're not favorite student, but I don't care if Gojo liked him.
As Sukuna cut off the yelling guy, I forget his name.
Nanami?
Not Nanami. Nanami is...
Oh, yeah, Itadori somehow, or not Itadori. Itadori took off Toge's, like, both of his arms.
Yeah, and he's like, well, just for that enough, I'm more than happy to kill him.
Yeah, he's like, I will kill Yuji Itadori.
Yeah. And then it shows up with 5 different things.
Yeah.
One, that Geto is alive and his death sentence has been reinstated. Gojo has been sealed, and if anyone tries to get him unsealed, it is sentenced to death.
Because they don't want him to be... Because when Gojo comes back and finds out that Yuji... Like, Gojo's going to go... He's going to go insane on the whole JJK... Jujutsu High, elders or whatever, because he doesn't want Yuji to be killed. Yeah. And then the principal is apparently sentenced to death because he was allowing Gojo to do this stuff. What else? Oh, Yuji was sentenced to death.
Yeah, and Yuta's the executioner.
Yeah, Yuta's the executioner, dude. I don't know. I can't remember the fifth one actually.
I don't think it's as important.
Maybe it was just people that were dying. Maybe it was just telling people that died. I don't know. Maybe Nanami died or something. I don't know. I can't remember. But yeah, but then it just ends on this shot of Yuji on the bridge, and he kind of like claps, and then a bunch of monsters come out, and that's the last episode where it ends, dude.
Okay. And now we're probably gonna wait till like what, 2025, 2026, just to get season 3.
Probably 2025. I'm guessing, honestly.
What is? I'm gonna see if they have any prospective release dates.
Yeah. So we can go ahead and kind of blitz through this rest of JJK season 2 section. What death impacted you the most? For me, I will say Kugasaki. Because of how much she meant to Itadori, and even like after we had seen her get like kind of killed, they had like another little flashback of like they got some like coffee stains on Gojo's shirt, and like Megumi kind of stuffed it under his shirt, and they were just kind of laughing, and then it just immediately cuts to just her face that's just been opened. And I'm like, dude, that sucks. And especially how much it brought Itadori just down because he's gone through all this crap.
Yeah.
So I say Kugasaki. Her death was probably most impactful to me.
Her death was very impactful to me as well. I would say for me, I think it's Nanami.
You don't think Jogo impacted you? Jogo dying?
Jogo died. He impacted me in a very positive way. I was very glad he was dead. Him and Mahito. I was so relieved when Mahito died, bro.
Well,
death maybe isn't like the proper.
I don't think Mahito died. I think he just got sealed, kind of. Like,
he basically is dead though.
Yeah.
Because like that is a form of exorcism.
Yeah.
Because now he is like, if he ever comes back, he's just gonna be like a shell under Gato's control.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think Nanami, because Nanami was like the Yoda figure.
Yeah.
For Itadori, and he was just so cool, and after everything he's done, like he's gone through in his life with like Yu's death and just all this good stuff, he's now able to just kind of rest. And as Itadori says, I will take your suffering on.
Dude, that scene of him just like walking on the thing and he's like just kind of dancing around and it just cuts in and out of that and him like slicing up monsters and stuff. It's like, dude, he was on his last leg. Like he just really needed to be put to rest.
In that moment, whenever Mahito's about to kill him, and Nami just looks back and looks at Itadori and says, "You've got it from here."
Yeah, it's yeah, you got it from here, Itadori.
But I mean, I don't think either. I think if Nanami's not 1, then Kugasaki is, and Nanami would be 2, and I think Kugasaki's 2.
Yeah.
So I really liked. Also, I like Muda's arc, or Mekamaru.
Yeah.
I thought his arc was pretty good.
Yeah. His
death himself wasn't all that impactful, but just going like he was a traitor, but like it was very understandable why. If you're having to live your entire life like that, and like you have an opportunity to like get your body healed, I can't say for sure that I won't do the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah. I think all the deaths were very well done. All the injuries were very well done. The ceilings, everything. Although, I will say, I don't know if I was asleep for this, because like, I did take a nap for like 10, 15 minutes.
Oh, yeah. I was, like, it was in the earlier part of the season, but, like, he's just, like, laying on the ground, and all of a sudden I hear... and I was like, dude, this bro's sleeping. This dude is sleeping. JJK season 2. But then like, it only lasted like half an episode, and then he woke up and he's like, I need that nap, and I was like, all right,
I did need that nap.
Just get in your chair. Just get in your chair.
I got in my chair. I didn't sleep again. It was a very good nap. So I don't know if that. I don't think that was one, but like, I don't remember seeing. What's the guy's name again? The guy who yells.
Toga.
I don't remember seeing Toga get his arms chopped off.
He didn't. We did not get to see that.
Which I think maybe
he just kind of, like to see. I don't know where he went, but that's
like he was like in like 2 episodes and he like did nothing.
Yeah,
which is upsetting because he's one of my favorite characters.
So maybe in season 3 we'll get to see what he was actually up to.
Bonito Flakes.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, so all that to be said, pretty much next season, from what we can tell, is just gonna be kind of Yuta trying to search down, or trying to search for Yuji or for Itadori, and so that he can execute him. And we're probably going to get an Itadori versus Yuta fight, which is going to be insane.
That will be insane.
And we'll probably get some more kind of flashbacks from what happened, because there's a little bit of a time skip from the end of whenever the blonde-haired lady came in, and then whenever we see Yuji on the bridge. So we'll probably get some stuff that was but in between there. And hopefully we'll see them try to attempt to get Gojo out again. So that's pretty much what it means so far for season 3. I know that
season 3 is going to adapt the Culling game arc, which I'm not 100% sure what all that entails. But I would like to see Gojo get out sooner rather than later, personally, just because he's one of my favorite characters. I doubt it's going to be very soon. Yeah. But because it's probably going to be like a win condition for them, like getting Gojo out. I imagine towards the end of the show, where it's like, okay, we got Gojo out, now we can go like destroy everything.
Yeah.
But who knows? Maybe they'll do it super soon. I do think the Yuta Itadori thing is going to be very interesting.
Yeah.
I imagine that Yuta will eventually be switched over to not wanting to kill Itadori.
Yeah. That's what I'm hoping.
But just seeing how his powers have progressed and everything like that will be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So compared to season 1, which one do you think you like more?
Season 2, definitely, dude. Like, I think season 2 is just the high stakes and just the emotional aspect of it. I think it was just, I think it was definitely better. Which I'm glad, because some anime they have season 2 and they're not as good as season 1. So I'm glad that season 2 actually was like improving.
Yeah.
So if it's better, how better would you say?
I think it's within like decimals of a point.
Yeah.
Like, I think season 1 does a lot of things really well, but it's a lot more like character development through dialogue and like storytelling.
Yep.
Where season 2 does character development through like action.
Yep.
And that sort of thing. And normally for me, I prefer the former.
Mm-hmm.
However, when the action is just as good as season 2 is, I think that's one of the most beautiful things you can do.
Yeah, dude.
Is manage the story. I think we did not turn the ring light on.
That's fine. It doesn't need to be on. It is fine.
I just noticed that. Squirrel brain. I'm sorry. But
I thought you were about to say the phone stopped recording. I was about to crap my pants.
And this is this is the next part. Just number rating for season 2 on a scale of 1 to 10. Decimal points. 10.
It was funny because after the thing, you're like, it's like a 9.5, and then you're like, I'm lying, it's a 10. I'm lying, it's a 10. It's like you could see it seep into his brain. He's like, never mind, I lied, it's a 10. Never mind, I'm lying, it's a 10. And I was like, I know, dude, it's a 10. I really do not have, like, usually I'll have maybe like a little bit of a critique, like, oh, I wish that this would have been done better. But season 2, I cannot think of a single thing. And maybe there's something I'm overlooking, but like I really think that even though there were some highs and lows, like Noah was saying, it was like, what would you call it, like an entree before the meal or something?
Yeah, so it's like whenever you have like a 5-course meal, they'll like give out little palate cleansers.
Yeah,
so like you can fully taste the next meal.
Yeah,
it's like that, and like maybe the palate cleanser in itself isn't like that great tasting.
Yeah.
But because of what it sets up to, like, you can't say that's bad or it ruins the meal.
So that's exactly why I would say it's a 10, is because how good it ended up being makes what it came before good, and that elevates it all. It all just comes up to the level that I would consider a 10. So, yeah, dude, I just think it was so good, dude.
I think, man, I gave it like I gave it a 10 on my anime list.
Uh-huh.
I think I gave it like a 9.8. On my anime
it's as good as you can get, dude.
Which it's almost perfect.
Yeah.
Like the two things I would say. 2 things. One, the middle part was a little bit slow at times.
Wait, what middle part?
I'm trying to think. I wasn't a big fan of the Dagon fight, but it did also leave up to Toji's thing. So it's not like it's not going to bring it down a crap ton.
I don't know. I think it was kind of interesting because we got to see more of the old guy. Because the old guy, we found out he could. What was he able to do? He was able to cover himself in curse energy. So he
paused. Like, he didn't necessarily pause time, but he was like able to like basically go in super speed, but only if he did very specific 24
frames a second.
And if the other person did not do 24 like perfect movements, they'd get like stuck in like a thing of glass.
And that was cool because he was able to punch him out of it, and it was kind of a perfect like I know. I feel like, but I would have liked to see more of him, and I think he's dead. Like, I'm pretty sure he died.
And I think that's might be more me, just like everything else being so good, that this thing just being slightly less good is like noticeable,
Yeah.
for me personally.
Mm.
However, like it doesn't bring it down all that much.
Mm.
Like it's not like
I mean,
it's not
0.2
anchor.
points.
0.2 points. And then the only other thing I note, and this wouldn't like bring it down, I think I would have liked to have seen the like flashback things be another movie.
Oh yeah, be its own thing, or like an OVA series or something.
Maybe an OVA. I would have liked to see it like as a movie.
Yeah.
I think it would have done very well. I can understand why they wouldn't want to do that,
Mm.
but like I said, that doesn't even bring the rating down. It's just me giving my own personal opinions.
Yeah.
And then as compared to season 1, I think I gave season 1 like a 9.3. So I think half a point better is fair.
I mean, I gave them both. I gave both season 1 and season 2 a 10 out of 10 on my anime list, just because like I mean JJK is on my list of like top 10 anime, and so I just had to give them that rating. If I put it at a 9 on my anime list, it's just going to compare it to a lot of just like anime that's not as good, I would say. So yeah.
I gave it a 10 on my anime list, and my Annie list it's at 9.9.
Okay.
Literally that section brought it down 0.1.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, all right. I think that's it for JJK
Yes.
season 2, my guy. I just it was such a good like go watch it. Like go watch JJK in general.
Watching it with you, my friend, was a lot of fun.
I know.
I'm saying that I'm not saying like every major thing, but like the big things we need to get there and watch.
Yes.
Like,
It's so much fun to watch with friends. Like y'all got to do it.
The next one I think that we should do it for is solo leveling.
Yeah, solo leveling would be cool.
Yeah,
solo leveling's still coming out, so we need to wait till it finishes.
Yeah, for sure.
Doing that.
Once everything's dubbed, we'll get together and watch
Yeah.
it. We'll do something like this over it.
All
And then next up is Haikyuu.
Yeah, all right. We're going to talk about Haikyuu
So
now.
I already kind of give my overall thoughts on it because I've seen it. So I want to know your overall thoughts.
Yeah. Dude, it was I will say I'm just used to like battle shonen and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So going to Haikyuu, which is like a sports anime, and watching that, it's kind of slice of life. There's lots of like kind of downtime in between games and stuff. And also I will say that I noticed some repetition in terms of like how the games went. It's like, oh, this guy blocked a shot, and then now everybody's going in slow motion. And it's like, oh, can we hit it? And then they hit it, and then it comes back, and it's like, boom, he blocked a shot, and it's everything in slow motion. So it's like, it kind of got just a little bit repetitive at some points. It's something that I noticed. But I will say, out of every single anime I've ever watched, Haikyuu's humor was top tier, dude. So many times I just literally couldn't help but like burst out laughing at the humor and the jokes and just the animation and just the things that the characters did that just made me crack up, dude. So my overall thoughts was it was really good. I'm so glad I watched it. So thank you for actually introducing me to it, because I'm glad.
I've never given a wrong opinion before in my life.
I know this. But yeah, Haikyuu was really good. I really love Hinata and no, don't tell me. And it's the same. He has the same name as Mob Psycho.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know who you're talking about. I think it's
the other main character.
Oh, I've forgotten both main characters' names. Why am I so bad at names?
Hinata. Okay, to be fair, I've watched a lot of anime.
Not Ishidori.
So it's the K.
It does start with a K.
Haikyuu main. It's the same guy from. He has the same name. Shoyo Hinata. How is it taking us this long to remember? Kageyama. Okay. I'm just gonna keep the list up here so I remember names. So Kageyama and Hinata's relationship, I am loving that they're getting like closer, and like the synergy just keeps going. But also how all the teammates continue to excel and all the teammates continue to get better and better. Even Daichi, who kind of started off being like, he was just kind of like a reliable guy, just that was able to like receive really well. I like that he actually ended up, also being able to shine with little things like serving and actually, making kills and stuff. I also like Nishinoya, who is the it's not center. What's it called?
Libero.
Really good. I also like Tsukishima, the blocker. guy with glasses, super good, dude. I love how like he's becoming like a really really good blocker.
My favorite season of that show is season 3, and largely it's because of his character art, where he just like kind of locks in halfway through.
Yeah,
and it's
season 3 is whenever they're going up against the purple.
Yeah,
they're going up against Ushijima.
Yeah,
Wakatoshi Ushijima.
Ishitorizawa, I think.
Ishitorizawa, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Something like that. It's been a while. I've been watching so many anime. So, Sugawara. Also like how because he was the
Shiri Torizawa. That's right.
Yeah. Oh, Shiri Torizawa. But Sugawara is the gray-haired guy that would step in for Kageyama sometimes. I liked how he had his moments too. Super good. Season 3, I would say, is probably better. Season 4 is whenever they went up against the...
Season 4 is like the training arc, where Kageyama went to the All Japan thing, and then Hinata, whatever, it's spelled the same way as Hinata.
Yeah, Hinata.
He sneaks his way into the region's training camp and ends up just being a ball boy, but then like figures out his defense stuff there.
Yeah.
That season's a little bit slow, and then it kind of continues to be slow during the first part of the second. So like season 4 is split into 2 parts. The first part is just all training, and it's a little bit slow. The second part is nationals. The first part of nationals, it just feels like the same thing we've seen a few times.
Yeah.
And then it gets to the second part where it's fighting the
blue team. Joe Senpai, or it's Josai or something. Josai. Alba Josai. Yeah. Alba Josai. That's the team that has Oikawa on it. Who's the guy that's really good at serves.
Yeah, he's the one that I'm talking about the one that like the guy like everyone's like the band's playing and he's just like
Yes.
Yeah. That's so I was watching the show and I was getting a little bit bored of it honestly because it got to the point where it was kind of repetitive and I'm just laying back like this. I'm watching the show like, okay, I gotta just lock in. The show is almost done.
Mm.
It's gonna be really good.
Yeah, that's exactly the same feeling I had because it was kind of hard to finish.
This and I'm just like,
I was like, wait a second,
hold on. Is he about to cook?
Yeah, he means business, dude.
And then the rest of that season was just high, intense action, and I loved it.
Yeah, dude. Overall, a really good show. I enjoyed it, dude. I think I'm gonna go to my anime list real quick so I can figure out what I actually gave all the seasons, and I'll just do a quick overview of that, and then I think that's So Haikyuu, season 1 I gave 8. Haikyuu season 2 I gave a 9. Haikyuu season 3 I gave a 9. Haikyuu to the top I gave an 8, and then Haikyuu to the top part 2 or second core, I think that's what it's called, I gave a 9. Yeah, so
I gave the first season 8.4. I'm just going off the Annie list.
Okay.
Second season a 9.2. The third season a 9.5. I watched the 2-part OVA Haikyuu Land vs. Air.
Yep.
It wasn't really worth watching. It's about 6.3. Haikyuu to the top, 7.8, and then Haikyuu to the top, Court 2, 9.8.
9.8.
Listen, I loved the last part of it.
That's crazy. Yeah. I gave it a 9. The last part a 9. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to the movie, dude. The movie's gonna be great. The movie is gonna be it's gonna be Karasuno versus who? Nekoma, and that's gonna be the cat versus crows. The good old showdown. The what's it called? The trash something.
The match at the garbage heap or something like that.
Yeah.
The only worry I have for the movie is because it's gonna be split into 2 movies. I don't know how much they're adapting from the manga. Like how many chapters they're trying to fit in.
Yeah.
I do worry about pacing and if it's gonna be feeling a little bit too rushed.
Yeah.
Especially if they dedicate the entire first movie to the battle at the garbage heap or whatever, or blacktop, whatever. I don't know what all is left after that, but I'm assuming they finished nationals. And then I think, remember correctly, that they show a little bit of their life past just high school.
Yeah.
In the manga series.
That's awesome.
So I don't know how much of that they're going to show, and if they try to fit too much in, I worry that it's going to be a little bit
rushed.
But I am looking forward to the movie. I'm glad that we're getting some more Haikyuu. And overall, I'm really excited. I'm really glad you watched it. I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah, dude.
Because now we get to go watch it together. And then whenever we do that, we will come back and do a podcast.
Yeah, I know, yeah. And but the only other anime, the sports anime that I've watched, other than Haikyuu, and my first ever sports anime that I can think of, unless you count Baki as a sports anime, which is kind of like mixed martial arts, It's more of a fighting anime.
It's more like just a never-ending tournament arc.
Yeah, exactly. But was Bluelock, and we both watched Bluelock, and comparing Haikyuu to Bluelock, I think Bluelock does some things better than Haikyuu, but I think overall, Haikyuu is a better anime, and for me a little bit better, a little bit more enjoyable. Yeah. But if you're more action packed and you're more like less slice of life kind of anime, I would go with Bluelock. Also, soccer and volleyball are kind of two different things, and I think soccer just kind of
mildly different sports.
Yeah, I know. They both have balls, all right?
People play them, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, but I mean, soccer. It depends kind of how you look at it. Soccer might be more eventful a sport, like in general, than volleyball, and so there's different things that you might enjoy about soccer.
Significantly more popular. So probably there's gonna be more people who enjoy watching a soccer anime than a volleyball anime just because of what they enjoy. But yeah, it's like I hate this saying, apples to oranges.
Yeah,
I just think it doesn't make a lot of sense. Like I think you compare anything, but like this is about as apples to oranges as you can get.
Yep.
Because while yes, they are both sports anime, one is basically like what a battle shonen would be if we like did it about sports.
Yeah.
And the other one is basically a slice of life that just has sports animes kind of sports intertwined in it. Both are very good. I do think it's important to also note that Bluelock, like, it's only one season in. And the manga's still going. It's almost at 300 chapters, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be longer than Haikyuu.
Yeah.
So we're going to see what consistency keeps up and how the characters progress. But I think as of right now, I mean, Haikyuu is my number 2.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see if it stays that way. Yeah. But and Bluelock is number 8. So and it's like that way for a reason. So
yeah.
Well,
cool. I think that's pretty much it for Haikyuu. Overall, very good anime. It's one of those anime that if you are an anime fan, I definitely think that you should invest your time into watching it. Mm-hmm. If you're gonna say you're an anime fan and someone says, "Hey, have you seen Haikyuu?" Like, I feel like you should have watched it.
Yeah, there's certain ones that you need to have watched, like Attack on Titan.
Because if anybody thinks about sports anime, I think Haikyuu is one of those where your mind kind of instantly goes to sports anime, like Haikyuu.
Yep.
Or Bluelock. Bluelock's definitely getting more popular. But anyways, I think that's it for Haikyuu. So I guess now we can go on to my special segment, my surprise special segment.
You want to tell me what it was? I was annoyed.
Anyways, so I did some purchasing of some things, and I want to show you all my collection so far. It's gonna continue to grow, I'm sure. But I know that it's not so much popular as it used to be. But I have bought I've purchased some Blu-rays, some anime Blu-rays.
Ooh, hold on, this is cool.
Yes, it is gonna be. It's super fun. So if I can arrange this so that I can. Okay, first one. It's not anime. It's Avatar: The Way of Water.
Listen, if you don't know this about Adam, he is a huge Avatar fan.
Yes.
We went to see the second...
Both Avatars.
Yes. Yeah, both. We're going to talk about the adaptation at some point. That is for a future date,
it's going to be the next podcast episode, I believe.
He loves Avatar.
Yeah.
So much. He stood up and applauded whenever the second movie was done.
Yes, I remember that.
And y'all don't know this about me, but that is one of my biggest pet peeves. Because why are we applauding? No one's here that was in the film.
But okay, you can still,
It's weird to me. Like, the only reason we do that is to show, hey, you know what? Hey, we appreciate the work that you did. You did a good job. Who are you doing that to? The concession guy? He didn't do anything. He just took my credit card and handed me my popcorn. Good.
he made it a good movie experience, so maybe I can apply him. Anyways, all right. So next one is JJK 0. This is this is called a steelbook. So whenever you buy Blu-ray, show you right there. Hopefully it's not gonna mess with the focus, but yeah, you can take a look at that steelbook. The reason why I wanted to buy Blu-ray is my Xbox plays Blu-ray. Sometimes Blu-ray comes with a little bit better quality. And also it's just like kind of better to I don't know. I just like owning my media, because you never know when like the Crunchyroll servers are gonna go out, when the world ends and we don't have the internet anymore. I can still watch my anime. Anyways, next one. It's a two-parter, unless I don't know what I did with the other parts. Oops, probably. I need to find it. Ah, here we go. Okay. I bought the entire original Mobile Suit Gundam collection. So this is basically collection 1 and collection 2 of the original. Dude, the art on this is so cool, dude. I don't know if the camera can see it or whatnot, but super, super cool. You can take a look at that. I started, and a lot of these are actually stuff I have not seen before, so I actually want to watch them. So I bought stuff that I haven't finished. Mobile Suit Gundam has like 50-something episodes or 40-something episodes, so now I can actually finish it on Blu-ray. Next, I bought the entire collection, the entire series of Pat Labor. So I am really looking forward to this. I started Pat Labor. I watched the OVA series, and we'll get to talking about it on. We just watched a new show collection. But Pat Labor, the Mobile Police, got all. Those are all the movies, the OVA series, the original series, and then super, super cool. All the stuff. I got Your Name. I am so excited, dude. Dude, I got Your Name, dude. Your Name is probably one of my favorite anime movies. It's up there with like JJK 0, but I honestly and Suzume, I say, but it's so good, guys. If you haven't watched Your Name, it's another one of those where if you are an anime fan, you need to watch Your Name. You need to watch Your Name.
I need to watch My Name.
You need to watch My Name. Oh man, but yeah, super cool. Very emotional movie, dude. Like it makes you want to.
Will it make me
fall
cry?
in love.
Oh, I don't want to do that already. Yeah, I don't. I'm not lonely at all.
Just dies inside. I got Mob Psycho season 1.
Yo, you see how it says classics up there? That's a true statement, which we will talk about later.
Mob Psycho season 1, so good. I season 3's coming out on Blu-ray, which I think I pre-ordered it. Maybe I can't remember. So, anyways, I got Mob Psycho 100 season 1. And I don't know, I just wanted to own it. I want to get all of them. I need to get season 2 and season 3, but I just wanted to get season 1 because there was like a sale and it was really cheap. I got Neon Genesis Evangelion, the original series. I'm so excited I got this, dude. Like this is another staple anime that any of you anime fans need to watch.
I have not seen it. Do I need to watch it?
You need to watch it.
What
dude.
If I don't watch it? Will I
need to rewatch it. So I haven't watched all of the original. It's the complete series. I haven't watched the original show. I did watch the 4 movies, but I bought this. I'm gonna buy the 4 movies, which is like 1.1 or 1.0, 2.2, 3.33, and then 4.0, and then it's like 1.0 plus 3.0 is like the 4th movie. I don't know. I can't remember. It's very confusing. Preface. I got Speed Racer, dude. Speed Racer. It is Speed Racer, for anybody that you don't know. It's like one of the first anime that blew up in America and actually became like an American like cartoon.
So I have a funny story about Speed Racer. Yep. Well, it's kind of funny. So back at my elementary school, I don't know if y'all have had this experience too. We had like days where like we would just all get in our pajamas and like read the entire day.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was just so teachers could have like conferences and stuff.
Yeah.
But we like all went to the library and we got like pajamas and they gave us snacks and we could bring like blankets and stuff. One time I brought the entirety of the Speed Racer novelization collection.
Really?
And I read through it and it was very good. I don't remember anything about it. And then the movie came out in like 06, 07.
The movie
I loved it as a kid.
Yeah.
I rewatched it a few years back. I'm like, oh, I had bad taste in movies.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Not very good movie. I got Akira. You gotta get Akira. You haven't watched Akira.
Leave me alone.
Yeah. I think Akira needs to be like, you know how you pressured me into watching Haikyuu?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pressure you into watching Akira. You need to watch Akira. Akira is so I totally forgot about Akira. Akira is my number one favorite anime movie, and it is a. I think I actually went back and made it a 10 out of 10 on my anime list, but it's probably like Akira, Suzume, Your Name, and then like JUJUTSU Kaisen movie is probably how I rank my movies. Then I got Parasite the Maxim. Such a good series, dude. Like it's one of those that I kind of thought about that was being good, and I think I even put it like on A tier on like the first movie. But like, you know, you have good taste if you like mention this in any sort of anime like the conversation, or like, you know, like if you're bringing up like good solid anime, Parasite Maxim is such a good one. It's one that I binged in like a day while I was sick.
You were sick, so you might have been delirious. It may suck.
Cowboy Bebop. The
complete series.
Yes. Cowboy Bebop. Oh my gosh, dude. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to watch Cowboy Bebop. That's gonna come, it's like two anime from now on my next up.
There's only 26 episodes?
What?
Only 26 episodes?
Yeah.
I thought it was longer than that.
Yeah, no, it's not longer than that. Next one. Yeah. The next one is one I am so excited to watch. And I know it's one that it's been that I've been pushing off for too long, that I knew that I should have already watched it. And I know I'm just now getting to it. But Death Note. I am so excited for Death Note. A lot of people have just said that, like, you know, it's just one of those super iconic anime, and I've seen some clips from it that are just totally different than how I thought Death Note was. So I'm really looking forward to this. Death Note is the entire season. I think it's a complete series, so season 1 and 2. Next one, another one that is actually from the creator of of Ninja Kamui, which is a new series that's coming out. Samurai Champloo. It's from the same creators of, gosh, I think it's, someone said, I don't know if it's Sakura. I don't know. I'm not really too well versed, but it's a classic. It says classic. It says classic on the thing. So very, very excited for that. My next one, Black Lagoon. Dude, Black Lagoon, this is another classic one that I just feel like I've been missing out on, and from what I've heard, it's really good. It's got a really good English dub. A lot of people have said have like given it praise for the English dub.
God does not appreciate your opinion.
There's a storm outside. And then I talked to you about this because I was showing you earlier. But I got Space Dandy.
Oh yeah, you were showing me.
Space Dandy, dude. I think I clicked on one video on YouTube, and then like I got just a bunch of videos, and everybody's like, "Why you need to watch Space Dandy?" And I'm like, dude. So there's also another series called like Lupin the Third, which is like another series. I don't know if you've heard of it, or maybe any of you have. I thought they were the same, but then I realized that Space Dandy is just not, and Space Dandy is very notorious for being very wacky. So yeah, I'm gonna turn this way real quick so that everybody can see the list. All right, and we only got one more. Can you guess what it is? It's an older anime. Guy has yellow hair.
Let me guess. Yellow hair, Pikachu.
No.
Pikachu the hold on.
If Pikachu
Yu-Gi-Oh.
had... No.
Hold on, I got this. One
more try.
Boruto, Naruto, the Next Generations.
Yes.
Yo!
No.
Is it Naruto?
You know, if Pikachu had glasses and had a gun, then you're kind of right. It's Trigun. I am so excited for Trigun. This is actually the DVD. I couldn't find the Blu-ray anywhere, but it had the full series, so I was like, yes, Trigun.
The Ballad of the Vast
Apparently, apparently, this is supposedly, okay, true, but apparently Trigun is a little bit of a Christian anime. I did not know. He's got some Christian undertones, or maybe he's a Christian, the main character. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, that's at least what I've heard. You can take a look at it. It might not be true, but I'm going to watch it. So I'm going to find out regardless.
Then you're going to come back and be like, guys, it was not a Christian anime. Man, $60 billion for the arrest and conviction of the humanoid typhoon. This looks interesting. I'll have to watch this as well.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, that's my secret.
Very cool.
That's my
Thank you for sharing.
secret. We can leave that for the rest of the episode. I don't think.
So I am like poor, so I'm not able to collect anything anytime soon. But one thing I do want to get into collecting is manga.
Yeah. Manga, it would be such a venture for me, dude, because like I'm not that much of a reader. Although I forgot to put on this list, but there is a manga or a manhwa, I should say, that I've been reading, that I need to talk about. And we just watched a new show. So, do you want to do a little filler before we get into that segment?
I hate filler. Filler sucks. Okay, you know what? This is a good time to give. No, I guess we'll wait. I gotta remember my fruit bowl analogy, bro.
Well, it's okay. We'll talk about it later. But before we get into the section, give the people some talking while I go grab a
some talking. Marker. Okay, I'll give the people some talking.
Give them a talking too. Right?
Awesome. Okay, Adam is keeping me hostage. The reason why we did not upload an episode for so long was because we had to let the bruises fade away. He has beaten me up on a regular basis. I know it looks like I can take him, and normally I can, but before we started fighting, he poisoned my drink.
No, I actually secretly juiced.
Yeah, he's on massive amount of steroids. You know Sam Sulek? Yeah, Sam Sulek is on like a third of the steroids this guy's on. It's crazy, man. He punches me. I thought I was fighting Goku. Anyway, so that's why we haven't been around very long. So if you stand against kidnapping and hostage to force a podcast on someone, I want you to comment down below, free Noah. Okay, hashtag free Noah, okay?
It's a Free Willy. Just Free
hey,
Noah.
That's a great show. It's a great movie.
Did you say that's a great joke and then corrected to that's a great movie?
No, I said a great show.
Oh.
No, your joke sucks. No, it's a great movie. I love those movies.
Hashtag Free Noah Willy.
Hashtag free Noah. No. Do not say hashtag free Noah Willy. Because if you put an apostrophe S at the end of Noah, that just doesn't sound right. Think about
No Willy.
Hashtag no Willy. That just doesn't sound right.
Okay. Anyways, on to our next section. We just watched a new show.
Oh, we gotta do the song, Adam.
Yeah, I know. All right.
One.
Y'all know what time it is. Yeah, it's time.
Sing along at home. Concern your parents.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, 2, 3.
4.
We just watched a new show. We just watched a new show. We just watched a new show. I wonder how it was. I can't hit the note. It's fine.
I would try. Oh, ouch. Okay. Anyways,
we can cut that part out. Oh, the people don't need to know.
People don't need to know how we can't hit the high note.
I can hit the high note, just not that high note.
All right. I have a list here because I watched so many. I watched 15 entries.
That's this is everything that Adam has watched since the last episode of the podcast, which is like a month and a half away. A month and a half. Well, a month since we recorded.
Yes.
The last one. So go ahead and concern the people.
Okay. So we already talked about how I finished Haikyuu. I actually
and JJK 2 seasons.
Yes, and yeah, as I say, Jesus
Christ.
No.
I think that's blasphemous, but
I finished Haikyuu. I finished JJK season 2. I actually ended up rewatching Nier Automata season 1, and I finished it. Really good anime. I'll try to keep all these kind of summaries short. But after watching Haikyuu, and I went and watched that, and the fight scenes were just like awesome. Like I really do enjoy Nier Automata. If you're a fan of the games, definitely watch the anime. It's known to be one of the best like video game anime adaptations. So yeah, if you like that sort of stuff or you like the game, go ahead and go watch it. I watched Heavenly Delusion. Heavenly Delusion is a weird show. It is very weird. Like it's one of those where like it's just weird. I don't want to spoil too much, but there's lots of concepts that I just like don't agree with, and just for the fact that of how weird it was, and I was like, I don't like this.
Was it one of those shows that's just like, let's try to be as weird as possible just for the sake of being weird?
No, it wasn't for the sake of being weird. It oddly enough kind of, well, some parts did not need to be in there, but some of it like kind of added to the story in a sense, kind of, but a lot of it was just like, this just didn't need to happen. It was very weird. Like, it's one of those shows where it's like, why did they, how, like a situation happened between a boy and a girl, and then another girl walked in, and it just looked like a very bad situation. And he was like, wait, it's not what it looks like. And then it just like a bunch of punches get thrown, and then, you know, it's one of those where it kind of backs down. It's like, yeah. And then he like, I'm sorry. Yeah. And then there was like aliens and monsters, and it's a show that you could watch, not necessarily a show that maybe you should watch, but there's lots of questions I have, so I'll definitely be tuned in for season 2. I will say the opening, fire. Absolute fire. Every time the opening came on, like I was like standing up and I was like, let's go, because it's a really good opening. Probably one of my favorite openings ever. So, and I know we plan on doing like an opening tier list at some point.
We have a lot of tier lists coming down the pipe soon.
Tier lists are just so much fun, and it's such good content. Anyways, I started watching Ninja Kamui, which has been awesome so far. I think I've gotten this episode 4. Ninja Kamui. Without wasting too much time, it's somewhere over here. Here, I'll just go to currently watching. That's probably a better way to do it. I've watched 4 episodes so far. There's about to be a really big fight. Season 4 ends on these 2 characters, main character and his friend that we can see so far, and they're about to get into it. And I'm so looking forward to it. Ninja Kamui probably has some of the best fight scenes, some of the best ninja like fight scenes, like, you know, sword, has lots of like jutsu in it, like straight up like the main character like does hand signs like Naruto. Bless you.
Thank you.
Bless you. Anyways,
hashtag bless you down in the comments.
Hashtag bless you. And so like the first episode is probably one of the best first episodes that I've seen from anime in a while. And I know that's a lot to say, but it's true. It's true. You watch the first episode, you're hooked. You're like, I need to watch more. I watched the Pat Labor OVA series. It's called like Early Days, I think is what it's called. Really good. English dub is kind of hard to get through, I'm not gonna lie. But if you can get past that, then it's a really good series. It kind of just like, it's kind of like a prequel to like the movies. Because I believe the original series does not have the same timeline as the movies. Then I watched the Pat Labor movies. Really good. There was you kind of watch them in a weird order. You watch the first one, then the third one, then the second one. The third one was the weakest. I would say the first one was probably my favorite. A lot of people say the second movie was the best because it opens up with this like fighter jet scene. Really cool. But I don't know. I think the first movie is like Pat Labor the movie. Is my favorite out of all the movies. Yeah. I want to do this real quick just so I can have it. I want to have all of this ready. I just want to be able to list off what I rated them. Last updated. I think I gave the Pat Labor movies like an 8 or 7. So the first movie I gave an 8, second movie I gave a 7, and third movie I gave a 7. The third movie kind of or maybe it's the second movie. They kind of follow different characters. They don't follow like the main cast. Anyways, moving on, I watched 5 centimeters per second. Dude, a absolute tearjerker. It's on the same kind of level as like, and then I think it might actually be from the same creator of, it might be a Shinkai movie, I'm pretty sure, which is same creator of Suzume and Your Name. But it's divided up into 3 chapters, but it's one movie, and it's really kind of strange how they set it up. But it's kind of just like the overview is like this guy and girl. they like meet up in middle school or maybe it's high school. Like they try to stay together, but like they feel like but it just like kind of. I mean, I think they might have described in the movie as like destiny or something. Like doesn't have them together in the end or whatever. But it's super sad because like they both really love each other and they just like it just doesn't work out. And I don't know. It's just it's a it tugged on my heartstrings. I'll just say that. And so after that sad movie, I was like, I need to watch a happy movie. I need to watch an action-packed movie. So I went and I watched Promare. And Promare is so fun. It's such a fun movie. And the action sequences are crazy. The animation is really unique. It kind of gave me at first a little bit of Cyberpunk Edge Runners vibes. It is made by the same Studio Trigger. But yeah, it's just the characters were really cool. I think the main bad guy who ends up becoming a good guy, kind of spoilers, but not really. I mean, it's kind of known. It's like Leo, I think his name is. Really cool design, really cool character designs.
I apologize for interrupting.
Yeah.
I just found this out, so I thought I'd share with you before I forget. Bluelock episode Nagi, the movie is coming out in April.
Oh, okay, awesome. Well, I didn't know it was going to come that soon.
I didn't know either. And season 2 is coming in fall 2024.
Ooh, so, man, we're gonna. This year's gonna be a good year for anime.
Sorry, I was just looking at that
while
you were talking and wanted to say it before I forgot. So please continue.
Well, sweet. Anyways, after Promare, I watched FLCL. FLCL. Have you heard of FLCL?
Nope.
You should look it up on my anime list.
FLCL, got you.
It's fully coolly. Fully coolly.
Never speak again.
That's what it stands for. Fully coolly.
No, I don't believe you.
It is.
Fully coolly?
Yeah, see?
What?
Fully coolly, dude. It is really cool. So here's the thing about FLCL. It's one of those classic anime.
I was made in 2000. Never mind. I understand now.
It's it's good, dude. Like I honestly might go back and rate it higher than I did. I think I gave it an 8. But literally, I said, what a wacky and fun show. That's the definition. Now, I know Avatar Last Airbender actually got the creators, or Avatar Last Airbender was inspired by Fully Coolly. And the creators have, like, stated such. And I can definitely see the inspiration. The last episode was really cool. Kind of had, like, a Aang in the Avatar state kind of vibe to it. But it is a wacky show, dude. It's like there's some really weird stuff that goes on, and it's like girl, you're 20. Why are you with this like 7-year-old? Not 7-year-old. He's like a 9 or 11-year-old. I don't know, and not with, but like she's. And then we find out that stuff about her that she's like from a different world. Anyways, there's lots of stuff. Alien and the robot guy is really cool. It's just a fun show. It is wacky, and there's a part in the anime where all of a sudden they cut to like this manga sequence, and it's like literally like still pictures from the actual manga, and then it's like the voice actors going there, and then they literally break the fourth wall and said the editor like the producer said we should stop with a manga sequence because it looks lazy, and then they're like, oh, okay, and then a lot of stuff happens. Fully Coolly. Definitely one of those that you should watch. It's another classic. And I was recommended it. I was recommended to watch it by my friend Dylan. So Dylan, if you're there watching, thank you for recommending it to me.
I don't know you, but you're a G, bro.
You probably saw him at my party.
Dylan, I do know you. You are a G.
Anyways, and then after that, I rewatched Dr. Stone New World Part 2, and I finished it. Dude, Dr. Stone is getting up there, dude. I gave it a 9 out of 10. I'm really liking Dr. Stone. And in fact, after this next season, which I think it's called, I think their last season is called Science Future. I think it might make its way onto my top 10 list. I don't know. It's just something about it. It's just one of those anime that I'm just really grown attached to. Senku is just such a genius, dude. He's literally a genius. He just knows everything. And I love how all the characters, like, they all have their roles in the Kingdom of Science. So, I just love how everybody plays their part and how, there's strategy that they got to like make up strategy to do this. And then, so it's really good. After that, I watched Oshi no Ko. Dude, You need to watch Oshinoko.
Oshinoko? Oshi, no go.
Dude, Oshi, yes go.
Fine. Gee.
Oshinoko was one of those where I was like, it's a girly anime, and I didn't know what I just knew it was about idols. And
it's a newer one, right?
Yes, yeah, it's the one that.
Yeah. This is on my list.
It was not the anime I was expecting it to be, dude. I gave it a 9 out of 10, but I think I might change it to a 10 out of 10 because, I don't know. When I was watching it, there was like, I forgot what episode it was, but just an episode hit, and I was like, this is up there. This is like 10 out of 10 territory. I don't know, dude. It's kind of like a mystery, kind of like, and it's very interesting because the lead character starts out being a fan of this idol, and he dies. He gets reborn as the idol's son. Also, thing is, first episode is an hour long. It's actually maybe an hour and a half long. And I was like, but I'm glad that the first episode was an hour and a half long because I feel like if they would have shoved all the information, all the info, that they did in that 1.5 hours, if they did that in like a 20-minute episode, it would have been so bad. So I'm glad that they actually extended it, and it was like a movie. So really good show. Like I said, I might be reconsidering moving that to a 10 out of 10.
Bro, how many 10 out of 10s do you have?
Apparently, Oshinoko season 2 is like in the top 10 like most anticipated season 2s or anime. I know. The only reason I see that is because I check my phone. I go to my anime list, and it's always popping up as like, number 2 most highly anticipated season or show, and whenever it's going to come out. But yeah, I'm really loving the characters, and I'm really looking forward to what happens in season 2. And then after Oshinoko, I rewatched the JJK movie, rewatched JJK season 1, and then we watched season 2. And I'm currently, and I think I'm on the last episode of an anime called 86. And 86 it's a mecha anime, kind of. I was not as much of a mecha anime as like Gundam or like Evangelion or whatever like that or something like that. But it's honestly pretty good right now. I think I haven't rated it yet because I haven't finished it, so I'm gonna hold my rating. But it's pretty good. The first part was kind of like I would say the first half of the season was kind of like a little bit kind of hard to get through, and I was like, especially after watching JJK season 2, I was like, how do I go back to watching 86? But then I started watching it deeper, and now the end of the season, it's come down to 5 characters because at the start there was like 20 characters. And it's like, dude, this is kind of too much for me. But now it's kind of gotten down to like 5 main characters and technically a 6, which is like Vladilena, who's like the main girl. And I'm really looking forward to what happens with these 5 people. And yeah, Shin, I think is his name, the lead guy. He kind of reminds me of the guy from Iron Blood, or Mikazuki, which I think is his name, from Iron Blood Orphans. Kind of reminds me of him a little bit. Like he's super good at like maneuvering the mechs. But I think Shin has a little bit more like, he's a little bit more emotional. He's actually able to like, connect to other people better than Mikazuki did. Anyways, but that's all of the anime that I watched since the last podcast episode, and then between that episode and now, I started reading a manhwa called Lookism. And if y'all might have seen it on Netflix because they actually came out with an anime adaptation, which I've kind of held off on watching the anime adaptation because I've seen the trailer and stuff. It just doesn't look as good as the manhwa. And I think people have said it's kind of like overall like a 7 out of 10, the anime. So, but it's funny because my favorite K-pop group, which I'm not like super into K-pop, but I kind of went through a K-pop phase. I'm not really into it much anymore, but is ATEEZ. That's like the K-pop group. And apparently the opening for Lookism is an ATEEZ song. So it's kind of cool. I believe, unless that was just the trailer. That they used for the trailer, and yeah, but Lookism's really cool. It's about this guy who is like kind of shunned, and he's kind of like bullied. He's not a attractive guy, kind of like a nerd, whatever. And he ends up like somehow spawning, or I don't even know, a second body, and this second body is good looking, athletic, strong. charismatic, like just has all the sorts of successes that he has the opportunity to. And so it's kind of like him balancing out these two bodies. Like, the good looking body, he, goes through the day, and then and while the other body sleeps, he can only be in one body at a time. And then at night, his original body can go to work and earn money. And while his good looking body is sleeping, and then he's able to literally be like conscious 24 hours a day, which is super cool. And he used that to his advantage to earn money, and because he's living by himself. Super, super good. Probably, I know I haven't read like a lot of manga or manhwa, but for the first one that I'm actually like diving into, I think I'm like over 100 chapters in right now. And I'm really enjoying it. And I think there's like 400 chapters. So really looking forward to it. I've heard that Lookism gets really good because it turns into a fighting manhwa. Like he ends up because he's starting to develop skills like as a fighter, because he gets into like brawls and stuff with gangs and all that. And I love how he's slowly becoming friends with like the people at a school, and he's at like a media school. So there's like the architecture department, and then there's like the fashion department, and then there's the vocal and dance department, and then there's the fashion department and whatever. He's in the fashion department. But I love the main cast and how he's actually becoming friends with like characters like Zack and Vasco and stuff like that. And Vasco like used to be like bullied like he did and whatever, blah, blah, blah. But I love how he's just able to connect with these people. And he's actually like, he's starting to develop like a gang of brothers, right? So I'm really enjoying it, and I've heard that it gets really good. Like he starts to become like a legit fighter, and I've heard later in the chapters. So yeah, but that's it for now. That's pretty much all my stuff. I know it's been a lot. So, but in terms of my list right now, I do not think that. Where's here? I think I might rearrange. While I do that, do you want to talk?
Okay.
Okay. You
so,
talk. Yeah.
Okay, so for me, I've not watched as much because I took a little bit of a break. So last we left off, I had just started Mob Psycho.
Mm-hmm.
I finished Mob Psycho. I loved Mob Psycho. It was hilarious. I thought the character development was beautiful. The power system was very unique, which was nice. I really like to have a power system kind of just gave the ability to just kind of do whatever. Like it really gave the author creative uniqueness, and kind of just free form to do whatever he wants. Yeah, it's one of my favorite anime of all time. I think definitely got the One Punch vibes, which is kind of cool. And I'd kind of updated my list whenever we had done the failed podcast episode, and he hadn't updated his at all because he was still like he'd only watched FMAV since then. At that time, it did end up being number 6 on my list, and I think that's about where it's going to stay. Very good overall. I think I gave it a 9.5 out of 10. And no, I give it an 8.6 out of 10. That's right.
You gave Mob Psycho an 8.6?
Yeah.
But on my anime list, that's going to be a 9, right?
My anime list will be a 9. And then my anime list, yeah. Well, also it's going to be different per season because, yeah. What did I give it? Let's find out. Bling, bong, bong. Bling, bong, bong, bong. Yeah, Mob Psycho Season 1 was 8 and the other 2 were 9. So, yeah. And then I watched Zom 100, The Bucket List of the Dead. And I thought that was a show that I watched.
Not much of a show.
It was fine. It's cute. It's funny at times. If you're looking for something kind of lighthearted to watch, kind of something to make you feel good about yourself, and just kind of enjoy while watching, like doing homework or something, it's a show that you can put in the background and not really have going at all times. I mean, not in the front of your mind. And then I watched Darling in the Franxx, and I got about 13 or 14 episodes in. No. Okay, so the first 6 episodes, I thought it was a really good show. I thought it was pretty good. I thought I had a really good base. And then it just got dull. It's just like, okay, I really felt like it was trying so hard to be Mecha Attack on Titans. Like, it really seemed like that. And I
also, did you say Mecha Attack on Titans?
Yeah. It's what it felt like it was trying to be with, like, how mysterious it is and stuff.
Oh.
Like, oh, what are these things? What are they really? What really happens to the children who pilot the mechs? Like, blah, blah, blah. It's like, I mean, cool. You have not made me care.
I should give it a try because I wonder, or maybe you should give something like maybe Heavenly Illusion a try because, well, didn't you say it was a little weird?
Yeah, it's very sexual. Like the entire thing like makes up like because like the so it's like it's very steeped in mystery and like it's not horrible. I just
couldn't
a show if a show's just because I'm a Christian and stuff. I got through 11 episodes. If a show's gonna be that, it has to be like really worth my time.
But it just wasn't.
It just wasn't. And so I dropped that, and after that, I kind of took a break from anime for a while. But I've recently started Cyberpunk Edge Runners, and that has been very good so far. So I'm watching that, and then one thing you didn't talk about this while I fix my list up. What are you? Oh, you might have already watched it. What are you planning on watching after what you're doing is done?
What I'm watching?
Yeah.
I mean, I have 90. I have 97, or actually, I have 90.
Immediately. Like,
I have 99 anime on my list for my second slate of anime. But I wish I had my list. Actually, maybe I can look up my list on here because I'm using my phone to watch. Here we go. Before Cowboy Bebop. Be careful, sir.
One of them fell.
Okay, that's fine. I'll hold it. I got it. Just be careful. Here it is. Okay, so I made an order for now: Ninja Kamui, Mashal, Death Note, Solo Leveling, Sign of Affection, Cowboy Bebop, Samurai Champloo, Black Lagoon.
I mean, what is the next anime you're watching? Like after this one finishes, give me like the next 2 on your slate.
Okay, so probably I made an actual order like list, which is like I guess the actual order that I ended up deciding, and that looks like it's going to be after 86. I'm going to watch Apothecary Diaries, which I've heard is really good. Then Buddy Daddies, then Rainbow, then Pat Labor, the TV series, the original series. Then I need to finish Tokyo Revengers or get caught up to Tokyo Revengers, which I'm really looking forward to. And then I want to watch Mobile Suit Gundam, which I luckily have my Blu-rays for that. The original Mobile Suit Gundam, and then after that I want to watch Bocce the Rock, which I'm really looking forward to. I want to kind of watch newer anime, right? I don't want to get too caught up on watching the older anime, because I want to still keep up to date on what's happening.
Okay, hey, that sounds like a pretty good up and coming slate.
Hold on, don't move it. And then after Bocce the Rock, I want to rewatch the entirety of Initial D, and I need to get through it. And I know a little update on the list now that we've gone through. I booted out Initial D in favor of Oshinoko, and I might change my mind after watching Initial D through. But I just think Oshinoko's like, especially for the first season and how good it is in the first season. I just put it over there. And then I moved up Fire Force to number 7, and then Baki number 8. I cannot
believe JJK is still below Full Metal Alchemist.
I'm just trying to think if like the only thing I would do is switch JJK and Naruto. Well, Naruto's at 4 for you though. The only thing is I don't know if FMAB is better than Naruto, but FMAB is really good. You know what? Hold this. Can you hold it?
Yeah.
Okay. Where's this? I think I'm actually gonna do that. Because as much as I love Naruto, it's just a lot, and in favor of like more concise anime and whatnot. But I'm still a diehard Naruto fan, so don't come at me.
Come at him. Take him down.
JK. So yeah, Naruto's 6 now.
All right,
but didn't we when we started out? Wasn't like Naruto like second place for me or something or third?
Yeah, so, it was your second best for a while.
But yeah, so the list on my end looks like this: AOT, Link Click, Vinland, JJK, FMAB, Naruto, Fire Force, Baki, Oshinoko, Mob Psycho, and if you want to read your list now.
Okay. Well, so it's a few changes I made.
Yeah.
So I've been going back and forth on Naruto a lot. Some people left a comment on some of the
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Some people left comments on the TikTok that I posted about
TikTok gang. Let's go. I see you. You're on my side.
That Naruto, like, I shouldn't be making the filler move it down so much on my list because of how like you can just skip the filler.
Yeah.
And I get y'all's point. And for a little bit, y'all actually had me convinced. But at the time of the last recording, I moved it back up to number 3 when it was at like 5 or 6. But you know what? No, no, that's stupid. I am ranking the entire anime as a whole. The entire anime as a whole includes the fillers, which I'm sorry, the fillers suck. They ruin the pacing, and
Not
lot
all
of them
the
aren't even
fillers
that
suck.
good. Not all of them suck, but the majority of them do.
And some of them have information that
no,
is
none of
actually
them have
canon.
information pertinent to the anime, because the whole point of fillers is the fact that you don't need to watch it to continue on. If it's pertinent to the anime, it's not filler.
Well, some of the filler, and I don't know if you could consider it like filler.
I don't consider any filler canon. If it is canon, it's not filler.
But they have so there's one that I forgot what the tailed beast guy's name is, but he's the guy with the slime. Basically, but in the filler, at the end of the filler episode, it shows him getting jumped by the pain. So
yes, and in the manga, you don't see the rest of the stuff. It's just him being jumped by pain. It's filler.
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
And a lot of like the last arc of Naruto, the original series, is filler, but it shows at the very end Jiraiya taking Naruto away to train. Where the manga basically right after the Sasuke retrieval stuff, it goes right into Naruto being in the hospital and then him being taken away by Jiraiya. All the stuff in between is filler. Just because it has some canon moments in it does not mean it's filler. Like if you look at there's a lot of lists that tell you what's filler or not, it'll say mixed filler canon, right? But, and I'm sorry, it's like, okay, here, I gave the fruit bowl analogy.
Oh, you're going to redo the fruit bowl. The fruit bowl.
If you give me a fruit bowl, okay,
I think you should use my cookie analogy.
I think your cookie analogy is stupid.
But it makes more sense than your fruit bowl analogy.
The fruit bowl one makes perfect sense. You give me a fruit bowl, and the fruit bowl has just perfectly ripe strawberries, the grapes are to die for, the pineapple on point, but then you give me this cantaloupe, and the cantaloupe, it sucks. It's dry, a little bit rotten, and all this stuff. It ruins the quality of the fruit bowl. You could tell me, Noah, just pick out the cantaloupe. I have bought myself a fruit bowl. I am not going to judge its components on something that I have to pick out. I'm not going to just remove that from the equation. You've given me a product. I'm going to judge the product as a whole as you've given me, not what I have to pick out. I'm not going to just take it out just because I can pick it out. It's stupid. I've paid for a product. I'm going to judge the product that I paid for. The same thing with Naruto. You've given me a product. I can skip over the bad parts, but I'm still going to judge the product as a whole, and the product as a whole includes the filler. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm not judging the story of Naruto. If I was just judging the story of Naruto, I would just judge the manga. That's the pure story. But I'm judging the anime of Naruto, which includes the filler, and the filler does bring it down some.
Yeah.
That is the fruit bowl analogy.
No, the cookie analogy. I mean, I don't know. The cookie analogy is like, you have an oatmeal raisin cookie, all right? You don't want the raisins, but you like the cookie part. So, so the filler is the raisins, all right? So sometimes you just got to eat around the raisins, because you want the cookie part, you want the good part, which is the actual Naruto like plot story. But you just gotta pick out the raisins. And if any of you when you were kids you used to do that because you didn't like oatmeal raisins. Now I like oatmeal raisin cookies now.
Legitimately my favorite type of
which
cookie.
Is maybe that's part of the analogy. Is like when you grow older you learn to like it all because you like Naruto.
But I didn't grow to like the filler. First of all, I always loved oatmeal raisin cookies. They've been my favorite type of cookies.
So maybe you always like the filler. Maybe that's me. No, I always like the filler.
The fillers, that's you. You're me in this situation. I'm you in this situation. The thing is, I never grew up to like the oatmeal raisin cookie. It just stays bad. Like, why would I choose to eat an oatmeal raisin cookie when I can just buy a plain cookie without the raisins?
Because because the raisins make the rest of the cookie.
I gotta leave in like 6 minutes. So we gotta hurry. Anyway, so I moved that down. I moved that back down a little bit. It's still top 4, guys. Calm down. JJK took number 2 spot. I will admit that might be recency bias. We will see whenever we record the next episode if it stays there. But right now, it's just barely above
JJK
Haikyuu.
has just turned out to be so good, dude.
It is very good. Chainsaw Man stays at number 5, and then we have Mob Psycho, Vinland, Bluelock, My Hero, and One Punch Man. Yeah. So like I said, I'm currently watching Cyberpunk. The next ones on tap are Your Lie in April, which I've started once, and I've heard it is one of the most emotional anime that you can watch. Then I'm going to go into Bungo Stray Dogs, which looks very interesting to me.
That's an anime and a half that you're going to get into it.
It's 60 episodes in a movie, so yeah. I mean it's not light.
Isn't there more movies?
No, it's only one movie so far.
Oh, okay.
I think more are planned.
Okay.
Or maybe that's the only one that's not filler. I don't know.
Maybe.
Then Megalobox, I'm going to rewatch the first season and then watch the second season again. And then Cells at Work and Baki are my next kind of my immediate future. Also, I have been reading the Bluelock manga. It's been very good. And then I'm thinking about reading the JJK manga.
Honestly, afterwards, I was telling my sister, and I was like, dude, like after I watched, because she's reading through the Chainsaw Man manga right now, and apparently, like JJK season 2 how the anime ends is like volume 11 or something, and it's up to like volume 22. So the manga actually paces very fast.
Yes.
And so, but after watching season 2, it's like, I need more. And it's like, I need to know more, and I need to know what happens after season 2. So that's like, it's like, I could just buy the box set all the way up to volume 22. So I'm thinking about doing that as well. So funny thing.
Right now there's 25 volumes, and
yep.
The Shibuya incident arc is the 7th arc, and it goes from chapters 79 to 136, and there's currently 253 chapters planned, or at least 254 chapters planned, not planned, that like we know are coming out. Yep. And then there's gonna be more after that.
Wow.
So
I'm looking forward to it. I definitely want to dive into the manga if I have time, or maybe after I finish Lookism. But yeah, I was gonna say one more thing about One Punch Man, because you mentioned that One Punch Man just got season 3 just got announced, actually.
Yes, I'm very excited.
Like a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really looking forward to it. It's some other studio that I have not recognized.
But hey, it's One Punch Man. Hopefully you can't mess it up too bad.
It's JC Staff. That's right. I don't know who JC Staff is. They've done some other anime that, or they at least have gotten there. It's not like a new studio or anything like that. They've had their hands in anime before. But yeah, that's pretty much it, I think. Yeah, we will see till next episode how our things change,
mm-hmm.
And what other anime we watch in next episode.
Yes.
So yeah, dude. I think there's a pretty successful podcast episode. Hopefully everyone enjoyed it.
Significantly better than the AOT one.
I know, dude. Yeah, significantly better. Hopefully the camera's all recording. And bummer. Dude, you need to bring the SD card. I
need to bring the SD card.
Bring the SD card next time.
In all fairness, I spent the hour before I came here trying to find my car keys.
Yeah.
Which they were on my bathroom counter. I didn't see them. I feel old sometimes.
I mean, you are old. You're 23.
You're 23 too.
I know. I don't want to accept it either, but we have to accept it together as brothers.
Hey man, brothers for life. Hey, may the knife tip and shatter.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
So we're gonna watch a preview for next episode. We're planning on
maybe not next episode. Something I want to talk to you about after this episode gets out, but one of the next 2 episodes.
Yeah. One of the next few episodes podcast. We want to go over Avatar: Last Airbender live action and
Dune 2.
Which
Dune Part 2. We are both huge Dune fans.
Dude. So. I'm a huge Dune fan.
I'm a bigger Dune fan. You haven't even read the books. I don't want to hear it from you.
Then maybe I should read the books.
You really should. Do you want to borrow them?
Maybe. We'll see about that.
All right, it is a big one to get started on.
Absolutely.
All right. Well,
thank y'all so much for watching and sticking to the end. Y'all can find us on. Well, actually, you want to plug all the socials because you're in charge of it, Mr. Man.
We do have the socials. I don't have them up, and it's going to take a bit to get them up. Basically, Instagram, LVL Podcast. My Instagram is Thrawn1209. He doesn't have an Instagram.
So don't worry about it.
Don Secura, but he's not on there. We also have TikTok, which is also LVL Podcast. And follow us on our My Anime lists. Mine is Thrawny Boy, excuse me. And then my Annie list is Thrawn Boy. And what is your
mine
My
is
list?
President, capital P, President _ G Gara.
And for the Annie list users out there, I'm trying to get him to start Annie list.
I've thought about it. I'm gonna stick to my anime list because a lot of anime YouTubers, like, I don't think I've ever heard any of them talk about is it my Annie list or is this Annie list?
It's my Annie list.
Okay, my Annie list.
I think some people just call it Annie list, but the technical website name is.
So I just am not gonna go through every time I finish one and do both Annie lists.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, like, all you gotta do is like.
And also, I'm not that
now and then. Like, I'm telling you. Listen, we'll talk about it. It's not gonna be as hard as you think. Okay.
Well, also, it's just like
the people want the Annie list, Adam.
I don't
think they do, dude. What they want.
I don't think they do.
Okay, we'll talk about it later.
But yeah, so follow us on there. Stay tuned, guys. Thank y'all for watching, and we will be back with the next episode.
Oh, we also have Spotify
soon.
if you want to listen to it.
Yes,
watch us.
Please follow us on Spotify.
Yeah.
Actually,
we
make
sure you like and subscribe as well, and comment that we suck. It doesn't matter if you comment positively or negatively. It still gives us some algorithm help. So,
but we appreciate y'all coming back every single episode, yes. And we have tons of plans, tons of tier lists to go in the future. So thank y'all. God bless, and we will see y'all in the next podcast episode. Bye. LVL out. Peace. Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
This is the last LVL podcast.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. Okay. Audio recording stopping in 3, 2, 1.
Bing bong.
Bing bong 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 bong.
This is episode 2.
Noah. Audio. Episode.
LVL. I was gonna do LVL 2.
LVL 2? Okay.
Yeah, Adam audio LVL 2. And
Noah audio LVL 2. Name.
And that's that.
Okay, and then I will do this, where it is now on.
Yeah, drop it onto the desktop for me, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay, real quick, I do gotta get going very quickly.
Yep.
But, so, the first anime of the spring season is appearing in just under a week.
Ooh, so we need to get on.
So, what is your availability Sunday?
This Sunday? Yeah. I don't think I have anything going.
What I was thinking, and this will be another undertaking, won't be as bad, I don't think, but we find kind of like what Gigoot does, where he watches the so what he does, he watches the anime trailers, and then gives him I'm not gonna give 1 episode, give 3 episodes, or plan to watch all the way, right? What I kind of want to do is similar, but we don't really have the setup to have the trailers on, right?
Also, we'll get copyright last
exactly.
time.
So what I think we do is we meet together before, right after church, right? I'll drive down. We watch through the anime, kind of make notes about it, and then get on here and make a tier list.
Okay.
The tier list will have 4 different ones, which kind of similar thing, excited, might check out, probably won't check out.
But we should make the tier list before we do it. That way we're just writing it down and we explain.
Or we can just make the tier list on online and have it be
do screen recording like we did one time.
Kind of like what we're doing for AOT.
Yep, gotcha.
I thought that was fine. It's just the actual content that wasn't that great.
Okay, cool.
And I will make the I'll try to make take Saturday to make the make a playlist on YouTube of all the trailers.
Yeah.
And I'll do it for all the movies and TV shows.
Yeah.
I will not be doing it for OVAs.
Yeah, gotcha. And due to copyright, we're probably just gonna have to I'll have to cut out skip stuff. So
yeah, and we won't even. I'm not even saying we have our. Oh my gosh.
Your head.
Woo! I'm not even saying have us watch it live and then react to it. I'm talking about watching us together